How's it going, guys? It's Josue back again with another video on HearmeRaw, and I'm gonna be doing a yoga class later on today, but you can also watch this video whenever you're ready to take one of my yoga classes. Just want to let you know what you guys need to know, what you guys need to bring, and just so that you're prepared for it. Now, yoga is amazing. It's a beautiful practice. Whether it's gonna become a part of your life forever, that's up to you. For me, I love yoga because it just gives me the opportunity to put some time aside in the day to be with myself and to focus on myself. So even if you're taking a yoga class in person and there are people around you, it's not about the people around you. It's not a competition. It's your time. It's your time and you deserve it. Whatever you're doing because you're working hard. We are all working hard in these times. It's hard. Just living right now, just being alive is taxing with everything that we're going through. So we do need practices that will allow us to release energy, to let go of energy, and to also just heal and to connect with our bodies. Our bodies, our vessels, is what we use to do anything. If you want to hug a loved one, you need your body. If you want to make money in order to feed, to provide for your loved ones, you need your body. In order to talk to people, you need your body. In order to smell, in order to enjoy life, you need your body. And what I definitely see a lot in the world is the fact that a lot of us aren't taking care of ourselves and we don't have like a proper way to do so. Or we think of the ways that we take care of ourselves, they're kind of taxing and they're hard to get into or they're painful and things of that nature. And sometimes they're hard to keep with. So if you had a hard time finding a practice that's going to allow you to be healthy, that's going to allow you to disconnect from the world and connect more with yourself, for me, yoga has been that practice. And I do other things as well, but things that you can do with your own body, things that you can do anywhere, are priceless. Yoga is something that you can take with you for the rest of your life. And you don't need to be, it's not a religion, but if you do have a religion, you can still practice yoga. Um, so yeah, what you're gonna need essentially is you're gonna need a yoga mat, and you don't really even need a yoga mat. But if you're a beginner, definitely a yoga mat. There are some yogis out there that don't use a yoga mat, but it can definitely be helpful. I would suggest a thicker one if you have like any injuries. If you've had any injuries, like a thicker yoga mat that will give you more protection and more cushioning. You know, like if your knees aren't the strongest, if your ankles aren't the strongest, then a thicker yoga mat is definitely helpful. There are many types of yoga mats, and you can find them anywhere. You can get them at Walmart, Target, Marshalls, whatever. Get them on Amazon. But of course, the better quality the yoga mat, the better. And you can also do some research to figure out which yoga mat is right for you because there are different ones, whether you're doing hot yoga, regular yoga, or anything like that. Something else that you might need would be you will need is your intention. What is your intention for the day? What do you focus on? What do you focus on healing? What is that brought you to this time? So like you can when we start at the beginning of the yoga session, we're gonna sit there, we're gonna really breathe, get into our bodies, and we're going to set our intention. We're gonna create like a little circle, a little barrier to protect ourselves from the outside temporarily, just because we're gonna step away. We're gonna step away, and we're gonna be with ourselves and with our bodies, and whatever else is going on in the world just has to wait for that 1 hour. So your intention is gonna be very important. Water. Water will be important. Have some water with you. And you know, whenever you feel like you need the water, just take some sips. This is not like you don't need to push through it or anything like that. You need this. You need to take care of your body. You can definitely do yoga in a way to where you can build muscle and everything like that. But typically, yoga is not about that. Yoga. The meaning of yoga is to yoke. Is to yoke one spirit. Is to kind of bind. Is to kind of put together. And for me, yoga has been a way for me to kind of piece myself back together, put myself back together. Um, Something else that you're gonna need is these are optional. These are for assistance: a yoga block or a pillow and a blanket. These are all optional. Blanket will be useful from when we do shavasana. So at the end of the yoga session, we do shavasana, which is called corpse pose. So after every yoga session, you don't come out the same way that you came in. You know, so after we do all that, we've explored our body, we've done these stretches. You kind of get a little meditation. You lay down, you relax, and you can just kind of feel the energy coursing through your body. It's a beautiful opportunity to give thanks to your body, and you just relax for a little bit. A lot of people end up falling asleep in Shavasana, and if you do, don't sweat it. Maybe you really needed that rest. A yoga block is as helpful because with a yoga block you can sit on it. Easy pose is the pose that we start in, and if you sit on a block or if you sit on a pillow, that pose is easier to sit on. And I still use a block to sit on. Sometimes I still use a pillow to sit on. and there's nothing wrong with that. And certain poses too, you can take that pillow, you can put it underneath your thighs, you know, like in between your thighs and your knees, in between your thighs and your calf, for support. So whatever support you need, do it. Yoga is not supposed to be painful. There will be some pain here and there, especially as you explore new parts of your body. But if it starts hurting, just stop. You know, if the highest variation, because we will have different moves, we'll have different variations. You can go, you know, start, middle, or harder. But if the highest one is not working for you, then go down to the one before that. You know, this is not a competition. Once again, don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Just focus on you. If you need to take a break at any time, feel free to go into child's pose. And child's pose, we'll do that right after easy pose once we start the session. So if you ever need to relax, just take a breather, go into child's pose, and just take a couple of deep breaths there. But yeah, so that's all that you're gonna need in order to come and have a successful yoga session. So just keep in mind. What else? I feel like I'm forgetting something. Yeah, setting your intention, having your water. Oh yeah, definitely. I would not come to the yoga session like totally hungry. If you haven't eaten anything, eat something light. Eat some fruit. Eat like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Eat something. Um, so that way you're not like starving while you're doing the yoga session, because you definitely don't want your body to be deprived as you do this, especially if it's your first time. So those are my tips, essential tips for having a successful yoga session. So I'll see you guys later today if you do end up joining. And you can always come back to this video if whenever you're finally ready to take that first step. I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I got a lot of different videos coming for you on this channel, man. My goal with yoga, as I unify myself, I see the world unifying as well. What I see in the world right now, a lot of people are fighting for each other, and that's a beautiful thing. It's a tough battle. It's a tough battle. We're letting go of a lot of things that we've held on to for a while, and to some people it can seem as if the world is combusting within itself, but with everything that's been lying under the surface, this explosion was bound to happen. And I'm here for it, and yoga is a way that I happen to. I'm not going to say it's a coping mechanism, because it's not a coping mechanism, because I would be doing yoga if the world was beautiful and everything. I would still be doing yoga, because it's just my way to connect with myself. It's my way to show love to my body. And how I mentioned earlier, how a lot of times a lot of us are experiencing so much pain in our bodies. When you're in a pain body, when your body's in pain, it is very hard to have a positive outlook on life. So there's this beautiful song, I forget the name of it, but it talks about how when you do yoga, essentially you start having orgasms in your body. Literally, you start having orgasms in your body. So when your body's feeling good and you're like, you're gonna want to spread that out, you know, as within, so without. So evolving, healing, and unifying from within. You know, as we unify ourselves, as we give love to different parts of ourselves, and we learn to love those parts, we can do so for others. We can hold space more for others. So I'll see you guys tonight if you come, and if it's not, or whenever you do watch this video when you're ready to take that class. Peace.